Falling, but they got a little extension in the NL and ALCSs. The classic Game 6 and a great World Series, and of course, the move here by Albert Pujols. So this could be a big topic today. Lots of buzz. Hi, everybody. Nice to have you aboard. As we talked about what's going on here for the next 5, now we will chat with you here about the world of sports. The pound-for-pound man, that's Bruce Murray. He has already secured the spot of the day, and we'll work on the leftovers as far as Bill DeWitt for Bruce, and we'll try to get some people on for you in the course of our day. With the move here, sometime about 4 or 5 hours ago, of the departure of Albert Pujols. Unbelievable, hard to believe. When A-Rod left, he was a mercenary. Burris, I can understand it, but this is one a hard to believe one, with Pujols, who leaves the Cardinals after a big flirtation with Florida, where we all thought there for a day or so that maybe he'd go to the Marlins. Then the Marlins back out, basically early yesterday. We thought the Cardinals were back in the mix, despite the fact we had already heard about this quote-unquote so-called mystery team. And whether the Angels were the mystery team, they were sort of, everybody thought they were in the mix, but nobody thought in the mix to this extent. And lo and behold, I was on a train when it came down, but, sometime in the, 10:30 area, I got here very early today to get this program, see if we can get it juiced up a little bit. We made sure that sometime earlier today that Pujols signs a 10-year, $250 million contract, no trade, with Anaheim or Los Angeles in Orange County, California, to be a member of the Angels. So you just heard the Cardinal chairman DeWitt on a wonderful spot by Tom Kress, and of course superbly executed by the best talk shows we got on our channel, and we will amplify that. And of course, Friday we'll play that interview back for you on a couple of times here in the course of our afternoon here as well, as he talked to you about what's going on here on a huge day. A lot of ramifications all over the place. I'm dying to hear from the Cardinal fan today how you feel about it, because this is a situation where, you wonder if the Cardinal fan is okay with this. You just won a championship. It is a ton of money, or are there Cardinal fans right now who say, geez, you got to make sure that under any circumstances the guy is 1A to stand the man in this city, best baseball town in America. You have to make sure that he stays here under any circumstances. And if they were around 190, 200 million, maybe 210, 9 years, could you have gone a little higher? Could you have made it equal? Now listen, I don't know if equality would have, in the same neighborhood would have gotten it done. Maybe it would have taken equality as far as the years and the amount of money is concerned. I don't have any answer for that question. We'll get people on in the course of our afternoon who can give us some of that. There was also rumors flying around that the Marlins were 10 years, 275, not at 225 as originally thought, which meant that they would have offered more than Anaheim did. And he bypassed Florida to go to the Angels, and then the Angels topped that off with C.J. Wilson, 5 years, $75 million. Too much money for C.J. Wilson. He's not worth that, but you know what? When you put him behind a staff that has Weaver, Santana, and Herron, and make him the 4th starter, and he put Pujols at first base, have him DH once in a while. God, he can play third base if he had to a game or two, with Trombo sitting there and everything else. That's predominantly right-handed, but you live with it. That is a big-time baseball team. And right now the Angels, I don't care what anybody says, you can make the argument about the Yankees and the Red Sox are always available, and we all know, of course, that Texas has been to 2 back-to-back World Series, but right now they won 80-something games. How many games did they win last year? 87 games? Anaheim, right around there, 87, 88 games. 86 games. Right now, listen, no championships won on paper. I understand that. Things happen. And this is a long-term contract, and I doubt very seriously the Angels are going to get 10 years worth of value from Pujols. But right now, they're the best team in the American League. There's no other way around it. They won 86 games last year, and they just added a pitcher, overpaid, and he's not worth it. But still, he can win 15 games for him, and he's from there, and he's got a pretty good offensive team around him. And then you bring in the best player, and he is the best player in the sport. There's nobody better. He's the best hitter. He's the best presence. He is the best player in the game. He dwarfs A-Rod. Anybody you want to name, he dwarfs Cabrera, who I think is his version of the American League. He's the best player in baseball, and they have him. And they got Hunter's the decent player, and they got a little speed, and obviously the big first baseman's a pretty good little player. They got, the middle infield combination is effective. I mean, this is they can have me catch. I mean, whether it's Jeff Mathis or anybody else, this puts the Angels on a high level here in the American League. And again, no championships are won in December or March, but they are going to be a big time team. Now, it sounds like they had a lot of TV influx of money to work with, and that helped them, have the resources to get this done. Marino has always been an owner who likes to talk in the Steinbrenner tongue, and then always comes up short, whether it's Teixeira, whether it's CC Sabathia. He's never, ever played in this neighborhood with these chips in the middle of the table, and he played with it here this week. So he gets credit. And again, you can't argue the move from the Angels' perspective. I know when he's 40 years old, you're going to be lamenting the last $50 million that he gets, but because he's just not going to last. I mean, I don't think he's a drug user. I don't think he's an HGH guy to begin with. He wasn't obviously quite as good this year as he has been in the past, but he got the key hit in the ninth inning. That double is a double that you're never ever going to forget if you're a Cardinal fan. With one out in the ninth, down by a couple off Feliz, and what he did there to get him back in the ball game, to get him back at least a little life, then to walk, then to hit the right by Cruz. I guess they were down by 1 run in the ninth, right? No, that 2 runs. They tied it. What am I talking about? 2 runs in the ninth, and a triple by Cruz, by Freeze that Cruz should have caught. This is a huge move here by the Cardinals. There's no other way around it. It's a huge move by the Angels today, getting this Cardinal first baseman. Let's do it. And he is, he's 31, 32 years of age, and if anybody doubts, and he can spare his body some by being a DH, he's, social, handle him properly. He'll be fine. You could make an argument that there'd be a little brief period of adjustment with the American League pitchers, maybe trying too hard to justify the contract. Everybody's human. There is some of that going on with their old free agents who either switch leagues or teams for big money. I get that, but this is this one's hard to argue with. His presence alone is worth a lot of money. I mean, I don't care if he's hitting 150. Having him in the middle of that lineup on a day in, day out basis is just humongous. And again, you cannot argue with Marino. I'm very surprised he ended up here. Very, very surprised. Again, Marino has tried, made believe that he's a heavyweight. He's never proved to be one. He proved it here in the last couple of days. So there you go.